chef, Gerald. What's your last name? I'm just kidding. But what we're gonna do for y'all tonight, we're gonna do a seared snapper dish, a seared Louisiana snapper with a corn mock shoe, and we're gonna show you every step of the way. We brought a giant snapper, so we're gonna show you how to butcher it. We're gonna show you how to make a mock shoe. We're gonna show you how to make a beurre blanc. We're gonna show you how we cheat and we poach crab meat in white wine butter. It's beautiful. So we're gonna go through all the steps. This is the snapper. Hold it up. Show it. It's beautiful. We got this. It is caught no more than 50 miles from Louisiana. Everything we have up here is homegrown, and that's what we really want to showcase. Is that all of the seafood, all the produce comes from no farther than 50 miles. This snapper here was delivered yesterday morning, and it is gorgeous. You want to look for clear eyes and pink gills. So what Adam is going to do right now, he's going to show you how we butcher a fish. So he's going to go across the gills to make your first initial outline. We basically call it an outline cut. So he's going to do that, and he's going to make a little cut by the tail, which just gives him a guideline on how he's going to take the fillet off. So he's going to follow the backbone all the way down, and then always backstrokes. You never want to saw at a fish. Fish is so delicate. It's such a beautiful fish that you just don't want to destroy it. And he has to be gentle with his hands because you can put finger marks in it. You have to be very, very gentle, and his knife is really, really sharp too. And you'll only get hurt. You'll only cut yourself with a dull knife. Doesn't make sense, but it always happens. So what he's doing now is he's going to come up here. He's going to separate the fillet from the head and go over the rib bones, which it makes it a nicer fillet. So he's going to do that to both sides, which he likes to leave one fillet on and do the other side, just so it's a balanced butchering process. Let me take it off anyway. So he's going to do the other side, and a snapper has pin bones, about 8 pin bones, which travel up the side right here. You can either pull them out or you can V-cut it. A V-cut is a normal process when you have a ton of fish to do and you're angry because there's so many people in the restaurant, you want to get it over with. But snapper is one of my absolute favorite fish. It's flaky, it's nice, it sears really well with the skin on. Very, very flavorful, not fishy at all. It's not like other fish where, I mean, you can sear it really hard, you can fry it when you don't really want to. But it's a very durable fish, and it's amazing. It's really, really nice. And what he's gonna do from here is he's gonna take the pin bones out, and we're gonna score it on the skin side, so it'll cook more evenly, and you'll get more flavor from the fish. The skin gives a little fish, and it gives it that crunchy, crispy texture, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, it's caught local. I mean, 50 miles out, no further, and it's one of my favorite fish. We always go every summer. We charter a boat, we go fishing out, my family and everything. My mom still holds the family record for biggest snapper. So, but we have some white wine for y'all to enjoy while you're waiting, if you want. And then Gerald is going to start working on the mock shoe as soon as we're done. He's done cleaning the fish. But this is probably a 7 to 10 pound snapper. This is the ideal size. It's the most tender. You don't want to get a snapper too big or a fish too big, to be just generally, because there's a bloodline in here. The bloodline runs from the tail all the way up, and that gets very grainy and it tastes like metallic. So you want to get a smaller fish, and it's more delicate. It's just the way the way I was always taught to buy fish, and we've gotten the bigger ones in, and they don't work as well. The skin's tougher, the bloodline is just really grainy. And another thing we absolutely can't stand is fish scales. Fish scales are awful. You can see like there's a few here. We scaled the fish before we came, but they will be all over the kitchen. No matter if you're over here, they'll be all the way in the back. They're a mess. Let's get you some. So what is your favorite fish? Tilapia. Flounder's great. We do a great stuffed flounder. He does a stuffed flounder with basically we take a crab cake mixture. He'll fillet the flounder and we'll roll it up like a roulade. We'll blanch it. It's absolutely awesome. But from here we're gonna start working on the makshu. Actually, we'll start the beurre blanc first. So start the beurre blanc. A beurre blanc is a white wine based butter sauce. So everyone knows, butter is better. So we're gonna take the white wine, we're gonna reduce it. We're gonna reduce it all the way down to, the term is called sec, but you reduce it till it's almost gone. And that gives you the most flavor. We put peppercorns, garlic, basil, bay leaves, lemon, and it just gives it the flavor profile. Because you don't want to season anything. You want to season it, you don't want to flavor it. So we want to just layer flavors on top of the white wine. And we're actually using a Napa Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc. And it's a really good base for your sauce. So what we'll do here, add in your garlic, and then you want room temperature butter when you reduce it down. Because if you don't have room temperature butter, or you don't want it room temperature, you don't want it cold, you don't want it hot, because it'll break on you. It's a very fickle sauce. You want to add it in little at a time, little by little by little. And then, has anybody ever had makshu before? We like makshu. Good. So we'll have a few samples of that afterwards. So basically, makshu is just a saute of corn, trinity, different herbs, throw in some tomatoes, and you cook it down a little bit. It goes so well with this snapper. And it's a phenomenal dish. He's sweating up here, look at it. So we're working on that right now, and yeah, he's scoring the skin right now. We put 2 to 3 score marks in the fish, because we'll cook it 70% on the skin side and then finish it on the flesh side in the oven. It just gives it a very consistent way of cooking. It crisps up the skin very nicely, and that's what you want in a fish. You don't want it soggy, you don't want the fish skin coming off. You have to have it perfect. And that's what we've always been taught. And he's getting a bunch of portions out for y'all to try tonight. We'll turn this grill on. So but basically right now he's got white wine, garlic, a little bit of lemon, just to season the white wine. And we're gonna bring it down. Hopefully it'll boil soon. What else we got? And all of our vegetables are from Covey Rise. Covey Rise is a farm on the North Shore of Louisiana. It's in, I want to say, Hustler, Louisiana. It is an incredible farm. They do everything from produce to wild game, stuff like that, farm to table kind of things. We're actually going to go do an event out there this year. They have pheasant hunts, quail hunts, dove. You can actually go out there, book a trip, and rent a gun and go shoot your food, and they'll cook it for you. We have me and my wife have actually gone out there, and we go to the clay course where it's just shooting clay pigeons, and it is such a good time, and y'all should absolutely check it out. It's Covey Rise Farm, and all these vegetables come from Covey Rise Farm. It's absolutely amazing. And then the crab meat that we have right here. Everyone likes jumbo lump crab meat. It is absolutely beautiful. So we put all of our jumbo lump crab meat in one pot, a little white wine, garlic, salt and pepper, and we just poach it. We just bring it up a little bit. You don't want to boil it because you want to save the integrity of the crab. Because someone, not me, spent a lot of time picking out those jumbo lumps, and it's not easy. It's not fun. We actually get it from LeForet, Louisiana. It's 30 minutes from here. The best crab meat I've ever seen. It's very white, very flavorful, and it's the biggest crab meat I've ever seen. It's Mr. Higgins crab meat. He is absolutely amazing. So right now the white wine is reducing for the beurre blanc sauce. It's slowly it's reducing. And now we're gonna start on the mock shoot. The fish is already done. The fish is done being butchered. The crab meat that takes 0 time. So we're gonna start the mock shoot. First we're gonna saute. We're gonna heat up some clarified butter. Clarified butter is amazing. Clarified butter is basically you take a whole stick of butter or a whole pound of butter and you bring it to a boil. So essentially you're separating the milk solids and the water. You're evaporating the water and the milk solids are falling down. So if we do that, what's left? Anyone know? Fat? Heard that?
Delicious.
That's what you have. You have a beautiful butter fat. And it is the best thing for searing, sauteing. It doesn't burn at a high temperature. It's got a very high smoke point, which means that it won't burn when these guys are cooking. So he's gonna saute some onions first. He's gonna throw in some onions. That's the base of everything in Louisiana. Next is gonna be garlic. So after that, you let that saute down, and that is going to be the base of our dish tonight. And once again, I mean these onions come dirty with dirt and everything, all the soil from Kobe Rise. We don't get clean produce. I know everyone thinks that produce is clean in the stores, but it doesn't come to us clean. If it has dirt on it, the better, because it's that much fresher. That's just the same like we had a snapper recently with a hook in its mouth. So I guess it means it was caught that day. So he's just gonna saute this down. You want the onions to become translucent, and then we're gonna add tons of garlic. Garlic is amazing. Garlic is one of our favorite things. And then with this dish, I like to use thyme. I like to use thyme. You can use other herbs. Thyme works the best for this dish because it's powerful. It's more pungent than any of the light, finer herbs. But it works really well with this. And then our white wine is actually coming down a little bit. So after the white wine comes down, you want to add a little bit of cream. Cream is a stabilizer because butter and white wine don't really like each other. They need a fat friend, which is cream. And our cream is 40% milk fats. So it's very rich, it's very flavorful, and it brings those two together so they can be a nice complete sauce. And put it all over the fish. So right now we're heating up, we're gonna heat up the pan. It's got clarified butter in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this pan to smoke. The only way that this skin is not gonna stick in this pan is if it's hot enough. He's crossing his fingers right now that it's gonna be hot enough. Or all of y'all are gonna laugh at it. So the white wine is coming down even more. We can add a little bit of cream to that now. He just threw in some bell peppers for the mock shoot. The makshu, the onions are getting translucent. He threw in garlic. He'll probably throw in more garlic at the end, just to taste. So the peppers are very, very flavorful. And this is actually the last of the season for our corn, for our sweet corn from Kobe Rise. It's done. So this dish is going to have to change. And the peppers will be around for a little longer, but we really like to do what is seasonal. We get the farmers in 3 times a week, and we go out, they call us, they send us a list of everything, and we say, hey, what's fresh? We literally go out of our back door into a refrigerated truck and look at all this gorgeous produce with tons of dirt on it. And we wash it off, and it's the best way to cook. You should always, like my wife likes to go to Sam's and buy tons of stuff for us too and throw half of it away. But I like to go and see, hey, well, what do you want to eat tonight? Let's go to the grocery store and figure out what we want to eat that night. And we'll go pick out everything fresh and cook fresh and somewhat healthy, not too much. But now this is coming up. It absolutely has to smoke because this skin is kind of moist. So you want to pat it off. Most of the time we don't have time to do that. So this pan has got to be smoking hot. And he just threw in some calorie-free butter in the crab meat. There's no such thing, I'm kidding. The beurre blanc right now, it's coming down. He added some cream to it. So you want to reduce the wine and then the cream again. It's a lengthy process, but it's very worth it at the end. And then after this cream goes down, we will emulsify butter into it. Hot, cold, pull it on and off, And that's just the way of the butter. You're basically tempering the butter into the white wine sauce. He's gonna give it a shot. It's good. So you can basically hear it. You can hear if it's hot enough, you can hear if it's not. If it's not hot enough, you pull it out. So this is what you're gonna be eating. You're gonna be eating this beautiful snapper. Makshu, a jumbo lump crabby with a white wine beurre blanc. It's one of our top sellers in the restaurant. We are located at 129 Camp & Common. That was one of my shout outs I was supposed to do. No one really knows where we are yet. We're right next to the JW Marriott. We're trying to get our name out there a little bit more. We won the Gambit competition, which was amazing. He did a great pork belly for it, and it was a lot of fun. And what he's doing right now, he's basting the fish. So the skin side is getting crispy. So you're still cooking it on that skin side, but you're basting the hot clarified butter, which is now snapper butter, technically. So you're just seasoning the fish over and over and over again, and you're cooking it also. So we want to cook it on that side mainly, and then we're going to throw it in the oven. We want the skin very crispy, because the crispier, the better. Because once we put the crab meat and beurre blanc on it, it's gonna give a little bit. So it has to be crispy enough so where when it gives, it's not too much. It has to be like a happy medium in between. So now the beurre blanc is almost there. Almost there, not yet. I'm lying, it's there. So what he's gonna do is right now, he's gonna add in butter. He's gonna add in a little bit at a time, and he's gonna swirl it around on the heat, off the heat. It takes time, like I said, but it's just the way this fickle sauce